All right, traders, this is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the Morning Edge webinar. We have a lot to do. We have a long way to go and a short time to get there. Oh, sorry, my inner Smokey and the Bandit just came out, and I'm so sorry. I didn't even know I had it in me, and I deeply and sincerely apologize for. We got a long way to go. And oh no, did I do it again? Holy crap. Sorry about that. Oh, you young kids don't even know. You don't even know. By the way, how cool, how Breaker 19, how how cool was that movie? There is nothing more iconic, honestly, than the Smokey and the Bandit, and the Firebird. I mean, come on. And Burt Reynolds. It doesn't get better than that in 1978 or whenever I was a kid when I watched that. Anyway, all right, enough about that. Let's get into the charts. Scary thing is many of you don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. That's the scary thing. Okay, let's take a look at the euro dollar. So I closed the euro today. Do you know why I closed the euro today? Well, look where we're at and look where we stopped. Okay, big support 134, 113.40. Right? What was the support level we wrote down yesterday? Robert says, wait till you get to 82 years old. Okay. Oh, KH said my dad owned an identical Trans Am in Smokey and the Bandit. It was awesome. That is really, really cool. I have to admit that is probably the coolest thing. Um, uh, um, anyway, Ron Ron in the chat room. He says, I'll pay you to stop singing, please. Oh, I totally ruined the movie. I'm so sorry. Okay, anyway, this is what happens when you're tired. Okay, all right, let's go to the euro. So what did we write down as support yesterday? Support yesterday was 113.40. Today's low was 113.43. So I was 3 pips off. Damn it. That's what you get for a free webinar. Not such good accuracy. Okay, 113.40. That is support today. It's still support. Now but we have to imagine that we're going to break it. Breaker 19. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. All right, so here's the lows. There's the highs. All right. Let's imagine that we break. Because you have to go with the assumption right now that we are going to break down. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to. You just have to go with that assumption since we're so close, right? So if we do break lower, then I think our next line of defense is going to be right here at the 50% retracement, because this is like a little hourly wedge breakout. You can see all those highs right there. So that's going to come in at 112.90. So I'm going to write that down as well. 1.1290 slash 113.40. Good? Okay. Resistance. Well, resistance right now is 114.40, right? That's still up there. Although I believe, excuse me, I believe any move above 114 and you're going to have sellers, because right now, if you're long, like let's just imagine you're on the long side of the euro dollar, you're playing this breakout here, you're probably looking at it now going, oh crap, you know, this looks like we're going to roll over here. So any rally back up to 114, you're probably going to try to get out of your longs. That's what I would think. But I'm going to write down resistance at 114.40. All right. We are still in a range. I know you guys are like, man, we've been so bullish recently. We have, but as you know, we're in a big range and we are getting really close to pretty key resistance up here. So we're just at the upper end of our range. Yeah. All right. Support. Pound. Sorry, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Here's the cable. All right, so let's delete this for a second. Let's delete that. Let's delete this. Let's delete. You know what? Let's just delete everything. Screw it. Screw it. Let's start from scratch really fast. Okay, so we have this. What I still think, is an inverted head and shoulder pattern. So do you know what right now is? Right now, we have a lot more symmetry now than we have. We remember when we were up here and I shorted, the cable here last week. I said, well, we don't quite have enough symmetry. We haven't built enough girth. Yeah, I said girth. We haven't built enough girth on the right-hand shoulder yet, in my opinion. I don't like that fuchsia color we've got there, purple. That's not cool. So we have enough. We didn't have enough length, girth of that inverted head and shoulder pattern yet. Okay, now we're starting. We've built a lot of the right right shoulder. Okay, which in my opinion could now. Crap. Hold on. I shorted a little bit more euro pound here. My cost average is 79.97, just so you guys know. I'm short the euro pound. I just shorted a little bit. It's at 80 pence again. Anyway, we have an opportunity now to really, we could break higher or break lower. Okay, so one of two things is going to happen. Ooh. Here comes my amazing analysis. You guys ready? You guys stand back. Stand back. Here comes my amazing analysis. One of two things are going to happen here. We're going to go up or down. You can't get that anywhere else. I don't know where else you're going to get that type of analysis. We're either going up or down, folks. Up or down. That's right. Up or down. I nailed it. Nailed it. We're going up or down. There's down. This is up. We're going either up or down now from here.
You forgot sideways.
Oh no, we've been going sideways, Skip. We've been going sideways. Yeah,
I mean, continuation.
Okay.
Sorry.
Bye. So from here, we're either going to break higher or lower. Okay, so this is the determination or the determining point in the euro pound or the pound dollar where we turn into a continuation pattern or an inverted head and shoulder pattern. Frankly, I don't have the foresight to know exactly which way we're going to go, but you have to be prepared for either one. All right, so yeah, so there's my amazing analysis. We're either going up or down. So where is support here? The 786 retracement comes in at 141.45. So I'm going to say that 141.45 right now, 141.45 is key support. Okay, resistance is way up here, but for today, okay, just for today, it's going to be right here. And I don't, like I said, I don't have my crystal ball is not working well enough to really know exactly which way we're going, but I'm assuming we're going to go either down or up. Yes, I'm good. 143.20 is resistance. And you know what? I'm not doing anything with the cable right now. I am short the euro pound, so in essence, I am long the cable, which is not really the best trade at the moment, but that's okay. It's okay. All right, we're in a range. I'm tired. I woke up tired this morning. I slept really well, though. I tell you, I slept really, really well. So the Swissy is really stuck here. We can't break out to the upside. Risk aversion. I know you guys are going, man, the market came off and, the dollar strengthened against the euro, the pound, but remember, in a risk-off environment, which we're currently experiencing right now, the yen is stronger, the Swiss is stronger. Look at the euro Swiss is back below 109. That's typical. Okay, it's typical of current market conditions. Resistance right now is 96 currently, 96.55, and support is 95.55, which 95.55 is the 618 retracement. If you don't know that, just go to a daily chart and say that low from May or April or whenever the hell it is, those spike highs, we're at the 618, we're retesting trend line. That's why I'm long, so you guys all know I'm buying it here because of this, because of that, and relative strength is divergent. Okay, so, but doesn't mean I'm going to be right. Does not mean I'm going to be right. 95.55. Key support, resistance to take the downside pressure off. Same analysis as yesterday, folks, if you missed it. Or if you were here, rather, it's the same as yesterday. Dollar yen. So now you guys know why I covered a third of my dollar yen. So I tweeted out the chart. I still think we're going down to 105-ish, all right? That completes the head and shoulder pattern somewhere down here. We had a AB equals CD equal leg moves, right? Basically. Right. It's about there. Okay. Here, I'll delete that now that you've seen it. Okay. We broke brief new lows just enough to piss everybody off. That's why I'm closing some shorts here. But if you connect all the highs here, right? You put it down here. You can see why we stopped. Now, are we going to break lower? Possibly. I'm hoping so. Excuse me. I'm hoping so. But this has to happen. In order for that to happen, in order for the dollar yen, excuse me, sorry. In order for the dollar yen to break down, that support has to give way. Do you know we're not making lower lows in the S&P? We're making higher lows. And even today, with today's sell-off, we're still making higher lows. Until we break those lows, that dollar yen is not going down. I mean, we're going down, yes, but we're really not going down. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't stay short all of my dollar yen here. What could very easily happen, and I'm hoping it's not going to happen, but what I'm saying is can easily happen, is we can rally up to, 112. We can rally up to 113. This could easily happen, and so you don't want to be caught short a full position down here, right? We could very easily do this. Anyway, all right, so what's resistance today? Resistance today is going to be right down 112, but man, that's far away. But it is Tuesday. Yeah. Let's go over to an hourly. This is probably more. There you go. Support, resistance, 111.40. 111.40. And support is 110.25. That's the low, right? Close to 110. Yeah, it's 110.26. So 110.25, and this is going to be really important support. My 2 cents is, and I'm just going to say this so you guys hear it from me first. If we break that 110.25 level, we're probably going to start. We're really going to target stops below 110. All right, this is bearish. It has been. So if we break through this 110.25 level, my opinion is we will start targeting stops below 110, and that also will be a pretty good indication that the you know the the markets are going to probably roll over pretty aggressively too. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Dollar. Let's go over the dollar Canadian. Okay. So I'm long. My cost average obviously changes a little bit as I close out some of my dollar Canadian. I am long. My cost average now is 130.38. I'm up 135 pips, but I was up a lot more than that earlier because my cost average was actually closer to below 130. My cost average was at 129.28 or something like that, or 129.80 or something like that. But because I closed out a third of my position, it took some of my FIFO, first in, first out. So anyway, I got out of some of my dollar Canadian. My cost average is now 130.38. Okay, and I'm long 2/3 of what I had been long. But here's the thing: the dollar Canadian, it's looking pretty stout, and I gotta imagine there's stops lingering somewhere up here. Anybody who's short the dollar Canadian right now is probably crapping their pants. I mean, I'm just I'm saying that, trying to say that in the nicest way possible. Yeah, if you're short the dollar Canadian right now, you're probably going, oh crap, oh my God. Now I know above 133 that's key resistance. Today we should be capped probably closer to here. Yeah, I mean, the resistance is going to be, you can see the 786 right here at 132.08, 132.20, previous support, spike highs over here. So that should cap us today, I would think. And I'm long. I'm just saying that 132.20 should cap us right now. We are threatening to go from a bearish trend to a range environment soon. If we break above 133, just so you know, if we break to 133, we're going to go from a bearish to range environment. We're not in a range environment yet. We are still bearish. As I've explained to you the last couple of days, I am trading counter trend the dollar Canadian right now. All right. But I've been very clear on that the last couple of days, so you all know, right? Support. Well, I think dips all the way down to 131. I mean, if I can actually add to my dollar Canadian right here, I would. Okay. All right, I'm going to put you guys on hold. When I come back, we're going to do the Kiwi, the Aussie, dollar index, peso, Nordic currencies. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for being here, everybody. Tuesday, turn around Tuesday, turn around Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Be right back. All right, traders, this is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the Morning Edge webinar. I want to welcome you all back. So let's finish up with the Aussie, the Kiwi, all that stuff. Here's a Kiwi. All right. So the Kiwi dollar, the head and shoulder pattern completed. I exited my Kiwi last night. I had a small short from Friday. So I exited last night, double top completion. As you guys know, that's what I was targeting. And when we spiked below, it was like it wasn't trade balance. It was New Zealand. What was it? I think it was like business confidence numbers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was business confidence numbers. So we completed that. So let's go ahead and just remove that off there. We don't need it anymore, right? Okay. But here's your channel. So here's your channel, that we're following. What that really means is, support doesn't come in till till this. I mean, it doesn't come in. I'm not saying we're going to come all the way down here, especially not today, but I'm just saying that's where really support comes in. I mean, it's 100 pips away from where we're currently at, right? I'm assuming we're going to find support before then, especially for today. Uh, 67.30 is a 786, and I'm looking at some of these highs over here and these lows. See this right here? See that spike low? See that high right here? See that? See those lows right there? Okay, see where my cursor's at? See that? Okay. So that should offer some pretty good support. That's 67.30 roughly. Um, Obviously, I don't. I'm not short the Kiwi right now, but I would be very careful trying to get short down here. What I'd rather do is, wait for a spike back up to here to look for a short, because that would take us back up towards this trend line, if you will, right? So I'll move back up to 68.35. That would be a good, nice place to be on the short side. 68.35. Ooh, excuse me. All right, we're in a range. Let's go over to the Aussie. So it's like, what do you do with the Kiwi right here? Probably not a lot. Maybe you want to buy a dip down here, or maybe a dip down here, sell a rally up there, but I don't think there's a whole lot to do with the Kiwi at the moment. If you're out there trying to initiate trades, you're probably gonna be on the receiving end of a butt slapping. Um, all right. Sorry, I was just responding to a couple people on Twitter. Some funny stuff. All right. Here's your Aussie. All right. So the Aussie, like I said, yesterday, the Aussie, the risk with the Aussie dollar is that we are, got this failed breakout attempt above the 618 retracement. Failed breakout attempt, 618 retracement. That's on a daily chart. And by the way, I read the RBA statement this morning. Old Glenn. Well, I mean, that is pretty funny how he was basically pointing his finger at the Fed, and he's like, the Aussie dollar is stronger based on developments from around the globe, which is basically saying, if the Fed wasn't so damn dovish, Aussie dollar would be so much weaker. But the Aussie dollar is weak because of a dovish Fed, is what he's saying. So in essence, the Aussie, surprisingly enough, he didn't mention anything about, like, trying to weaken the Australian dollar, and but that hasn't stopped the Aussie dollar from coming down because of, obviously, the risk aversion that we're experiencing in the markets at this moment. So that means support, it's all the way down here at 74.40. I don't think we're going down there today necessarily, but I do believe that we are going to see a little bit of pressure here. So let's see. We're at the 618 right now. The 786 will match up with 786 will match up with this support down here, which is 74.80. I could see stops getting taken just below 75 cents to 74.80. So let's 74.80 be support. Resistance, kind of like the Kiwi. It's like, I don't think there's anything I'd really like to do with the Aussie right at this moment in time. Doesn't seem that smart to be on the short side down here after we've had such a big fall. But any rally back to, like, I don't know. I don't know, Fred. I don't know, Fred. You know. Um, 75, 70, 76. Both should offer resistance. I'd rather be on the short side on a rally up to 76 cents, though, actually. So let's hope we can get a bounce up there. Um, we are we are bullish, but let me give you the buts. Because we're still creating higher highs and higher lows. As much as I'd like to believe that that's a failed breakout attempt, and this is going to be a real big rejection of the Aussie up here. You know, but the fact of the matter is we're still making higher high or higher lows. You see that, and higher highs. So I can't remove the bullish um, trend yet, but I think the near term highs have been put in. I believe that. All right. Um, all right. Let's see here. Don't want to put anything else on that Aussie. No, I think that's it. All right, let's go to the dollar index. All right, so here's the dollar index. Here's a 4-hour chart. I think we can just keep writing this stuff down. The lows here, 94.30, 95.10, okay. 94.30, 95.10. We're in a range. We're just at the lower end of our range. If you don't know that, then here's your daily chart. We're just getting, like I said, I think it's very dangerous to be bearish, too bearish the dollar while we're down here. Okay, I think it's extremely dangerous. All right. That's the dollar index. Let's take a look at the peso. Oops. Here's the peso. As you guys know, I'm long. I have my cost average right now is 17.29. Okay, so my cost average is down here, 17.29. I sold a third of my position today, this morning, up here above 17.60. A dip down to 17.50 would be a place to look for longs. I might add back down there actually. Support 17.49. I say 17.49 because the high here was 17.48.50. So getting long on a dip like this would be, in my opinion, the better trade. Resistance right now is that spike high, which comes in at 17.69.50. 7.6950. All right. And we are still in a range in the peso. Okay. Somebody said to me last week, said we're in a, last week said we're in a bearish trend. We were right here. And I'm like, I don't think we are. I think we're actually in a we're in a bullish trend turned into a range environment, threatening to turn bearish, but you know, really, I think we're in a range. I want to be very clear here. I am anxiously waiting for a rally up towards 18 and change. You know, somewhere up here, maybe over here. I'm looking for shorts in the dollar Mexican peso at some point. Okay. All right. Norwegian krona. This is going to be really good resistance up here at 844. That's probably a great place to be on the short side of the Norwegian krona, actually. Eight 0.4400. It'd be right here. Be the neckline, right, of this head and shoulder pattern. It would be the down trend line resistance. So being short at 844, I mean, that's the place to do it. Obviously, support here is 825. And you know, I know I keep putting range, but I mean we're really it could be more of a bearish trend, but I'm just leaving it as it is for right now. Let's take a look at the Swedish krona. So trying to break out of this. Oh wow, I'm almost going to get long here. What the? What the? I bought some US dollar Swedish krona right here. Why would I buy it right here? Well, let me explain. So I literally just bought some at 8.1417. Okay. Um, because this is a pennant, should have been a continuation pattern, but it broke out the other direction. We just came back to retest this trend line right here. So we should bounce from here, right here. Okay. So we should be support at 813. Resistance is at 816. I mean, ultimately support's down here at 807, 808. So I'm trading the lower end of this channel. So just so you know, 8.08. When I say lower end of this channel, this one right here. See the weekly chart? Okay. Resistance now is key at 8:1650. We're in a range. We're at the bottom end of it. Okay, guys. Oh, I'm not going to put you on break yet. There you go. We're done with that. We're done with that. Okay. Okay, let's take some questions.